came to our attention that we were acting like 3-year-olds in our intros. And so I just wanted to apologize from the bottom of my heart.
Disclaimer. We are not professionals. We are not financial advisors. This is not financial advice. Do your own due diligence and enjoy the video.
All right, guys, we're never going to stop making the funny intros. You guys love those and we love making them. So we're going to be talking about the comics that are dropping tomorrow. We're going to be talking about our recent purchases because me and Ben both made a couple. And we're going to be talking about the AMA that just happened because Frank Kozik just hopped on Twitter Spaces talking it up. And lucky somebody got to talk to him. Ben actually got to talk to him on the AMA yesterday. So
let's go.
Let's get right into it.
Yes, sir. So as we mentioned, we went over the comic the other day. Daredevil number 131 dropping tomorrow, January 4th, 8 a.m. PT, same time as usual. Got all the covers here, but we're back to the 30,000 mints. So
all right, I'm liking the 30,000 because I was getting nervous. Like, I did not want to see a limited one again. Now after seeing the full covers, look at them again. Look at this
one.
You like that one the most?
Honestly, yeah. I think that one looks pretty clean. I like this one too, but yeah, that does stand out now, more to me.
Yeah, it definitely stands out. I think I might be flipping anything I get during this drop, but I do like the ultra rare the most. If you guys didn't see our last video that we showed that they aren't worth a ton in real life, so probably going to be flipping these and maybe getting some grails with the money if we end up getting lucky and getting an ultra rare or something. Because it seems like the grails. I saw the Marvel Comics number 1 at 163 right when we started filming, so
dang,
took a little dip there.
Yeah, I feel like it'll get back up to 200 pretty soon, but we'll have to see. I'm definitely with you. I'll probably flip anything I get on this. I might try to keep a common just because if I get one, but yeah, we'll have to see. But probably like Carter said, planning on flipping, putting it into something else like a grail. So
all right, so recent purchases. What have you made for recent purchases?
So I finished up the Fantastic Four Marvel Mighties because I got the Doctor Doom, and I don't know. I figured I might as well because I'm kind of investing in the future of those. And if I'm going to hold them for a long time, I might as well get the set points or whatever. So
I feel like there's going to be badges awarded for the Marvel Mighties set holders. That's just my opinion, but that's speculation.
Yeah. I mean, they haven't really said anything about that, but yeah, I picked up the Mr. Fantastic and the Flame Dude or whatever. I can't remember his name, but yeah. And then besides that, today I picked up a Silver Ape because
let's go.
We'll get into the
Ape
details,
gang.
But yeah,
Ape gang.
The apes had a pump because of the AMA, and so we'll get into the details of why that is in another video. But another reason why I bought this is because if you look at the secret rare, it's at 7,000 roughly, but I think it's up to, I think it hit 10K at one point.
It was very high.
Yeah, it took off. And there's a little resistance now. People seem to be selling off a little bit, but overall the secret rare I think is chilling a lot higher than it was a couple of days ago because of this AMA. And I was looking at the silver and it's 1K, not even right now. It's under 1K. It's 900 something or 900. And the black and white was up to 800 or something. And so I don't know why the Silver Ape is getting slept on, but in my opinion it's undervalued relative to the secret rare, and I feel like the common or the black and white is a little overvalued relative to the silver. And so even though the secret rare could be overvalued right now a little bit, I still think that the Silver Ape should be roughly half the price of the secret rare, just because it's roughly double the mints.
Yeah, it might not be because it's not a secret rare and it's not the it's not the most limited, but I definitely think it should be over 900. Especially with the other prices. I definitely agree. I thought that was a great move.
Yeah, I don't think it should be under I don't know. I think it should be roughly half, but like Carter said, people care about the secret rare points and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I think it should. I think with the prices that are happening right now, I feel like it should sit around 2,000 in my opinion, just because especially with previous pumps, a couple months ago or whatever, when those actually came out and we're actually pumping for the first time. I'm pretty sure the black and white never got that high. That right? The black and white never got that high. I think the silver hit like 1,250 or something.
Yeah.
And then the gold never got that high either, I don't think. So
Yeah,
it's
I think
definitely some price like movements right there that are a little off. But other than that,
sorry, it's just really nice to see some rarity, like a movement with some rarity and scarcity, because a lot of the craze recently has been over like IP and brands and stuff like that. So it's nice to see some scarce collectibles
yeah,
getting some love. And
that aren't IP.
yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, we'll get into the details of that in the next video.
Yeah. So I paid 1,188 for Becky Cloonan because I saw the same kind of thing that just happened with the Silver Ape for you. The same thing was happening for the Batman series because Joe Mad like went up to 900, and like the next best option was like besides him was Becky Cloonan, because obviously Todd's the most expensive out of the like lower tier stuff. And so I got him at 1,188, and he's now worth 1,700. Let's go. I picked him up last night. Woo, so hype. I picked him up. All right. So some of the things I took away from the AMA, and I watched it before Ben. So Ben watched like the second part. I watched the first part. Some things that stood out to me is Kozik actually made the Labicorn and makes all the Labbits, which I did not know. Like I thought people at Veve were actually making the stuff, but turns out that like Veve staff is so low that people need to actually like make the like he needs to make his own stuff and like send them to Veve. So I thought that was kind of cool. He's the one that animated the Labicorn. Rainbow 2 is like his idea to do that. And then I also want to say that he wanted to animate the Christmas Labbit to like poop out presents, which he never got. He couldn't get it in time, but that would have been super cool. It's nice that like he's actually like thinking of like all the stuff that he could do with the like Veve and everything. And he said like he's all in for Veve. Like he wants to do whatever Veve will let him do. Like he's all in it, like doing whatever he can. Then he also said that sometimes it would take 4 years to like bring a collectible he thought of to life and like bring it to actual consumers' hands, to the physical like world, I guess. And he said like now like his products can sell out like instantly, like in less than a second. He can make the same amount of money that he would make like in a year or whatever.
Yeah, that part was crazy. I heard that and I was like,
so
wow.
Cool.
And so I honestly think this is where we'll see a kind of boom in the NFT space. I know we've already like people might say that this last year has been the year of the NFT, but honestly, I think years to come will be like the year of the NFT, because the fact that it can allow him, because he was saying with that point, like, okay, now that I've made money off that and I can like pay my bills and stuff, he can literally like allocate all his time or whatever towards creating now, rather than like other aspects he might have had to focus on in the past prior to this. And so I think it's really nice that this community can support art like that and help him kind of push out more. Oh, that Dunny, that cyborg Dunny,
this one,
the middle. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
There's so many things.
I know. Like
I can't wait till all the stuff comes to Veve.
Yeah, the collectible world in general just has so many like little hidden gem statues and stuff. Let's go. But yeah, I definitely, that point really stuck out to me. And it's crazy because I think, you know, a lot of licenses aren't going to turn down a deal with Veve if they can make them that kind of money in such a short time period. So it's wild. Did you have anything else from the first half?
No, that was pretty much it.
Okay. Well, in the second half, he kind of talked about a lot of stuff in general. I do want to give a shout out to the people who set up those spaces, just because it's really nice to have a place where we can actually have the opportunity to ask a question to someone like Frank. And so really appreciate that. Shout out to anybody if you're watching. But yeah, I mean, he touched on gamification, and overall he seems to be like just super open to like anything. Like he was even thinking like RPG, like story, like games that have like a storyline and history and like a bunch going for them. He was thinking of games where you can like basically play to earn, like with gems, or I mean, I'm sure he'd be open to Omi or anything, but so many different types of gamification. When I asked my like question to him, I kind of asked about like, or suggested like racing, because I think it would be so cool to be able to like, you know, like D race or Z run, like the one that I like reviewed the other day, being able to like bet on a Labbit and stuff. And he was saying like, oh, they'd run really slow or something. But I was still saying like I would I would definitely buy Labbits if I could race them and like bet on them and stuff, because that would be a super cool dynamic and little game.
I just remembered I did hear that he said like somebody asked about gamification and he said like about possibly using Omi for the currency in it. That'd be
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah. I think he's open to anything. But it was just nice to hear because so many people came in with ideas, and this is like a main point that I want to touch on, and I guess I'll just say it right now. But that's one thing I love about the Labbits and Frank Kozik work in general is he seems so ambitious when you get him in the spaces and stuff. And like he's open to so many ideas and is like literally asking the community for suggestions on what to put out and stuff like that. And so, one, I think that's a really cool opportunity to be able to do that. And two, I think we will continue to see crazy work from Kozik in the future, just because he seems to be like always thinking of stuff. When he was talking about working with Veve, he said like they've never turned anything he's suggested down. It's usually just a matter of like time conflicts and like not being able to meet a like due date or something, or do it in a shorter amount of time, which is understandable because a lot of the stuff he wants to do is really ambitious. But I do think at some point we'll see a lot of these ideas materialize, and that's going to be so clean. And
Yeah.
I guess I'll get to it right now, because my question, I wanted to focus on that Lavender for the channel for my own personal interest. And I basically asked, okay, you had that tweet, you referenced like the XK5. Is that a reference to the Lavender? And can we expect the Lavender if so? And he said, yeah, like he seems to be really pushing for getting the Lavender out 2022. He was like, if there's one thing I'm like really focused on or something like that, that he really wants to get the Lavender out, and he wants it to be animated, like animated hands moving, animated rockets shooting, I think, and like literally whatever can be animated.
So crazy.
Yeah, I think he literally wants anything to be animated, but he said he wants it to have like a jetpack and stuff like that. And so, one, having that, and I'll get to an even cooler part in a second, but one, just having the Lavender. Two, though, breeding implications and gamification implications, because if you can play games as different types of Lavenders that maybe have like different weapons, or like if it's like a mecha type game or whatever, I think that would be really cool. But he also mentioned that he's developing some kaiju characters to go along with the Lavender. And
what's that?
I looked it up. I'm pretty sure kaiju basically means like it's like a Godzilla type creature. And so I think he's developing like an enemy for the Lavender that you can also get. Yeah, but it would be like a Godzilla type, those top ones. Yeah, the green and blue right there, I feel like could be something we could see.
Hey,
I don't know though. Or I mean,
it's probably going to be something completely new too. Like,
yeah,
it could be animated too. If he wants the Lavender animated, I bet this thing could be animated.
Yeah, and if I mean, just possible implications for like being able to fight them or something like that, if they implement anything like that. This is all speculation, but he did seem pretty adamant about getting the Lavender out in 2022. He, we mentioned how he'll have like 8+ drops, but he also mentioned that those won't all be Labbits. So I think he mentioned there will be some prints that we can expect. But I'm guessing a decent number of those drops will be Labbits. But he said working with Veve, like there's only so much content they can let him put out, because they don't want to oversaturate the market with everything. Because if anybody could decide that, I'm sure all these artists would be releasing stuff literally every day, because they can make like a couple $100,000 in like a second. So I really think that they will pace themselves when it comes to this, but we'll have to wait and see. But that was the main thing. Animation in general, I just love how like open he is to all the ideas. Like I think I mentioned in my question, if we could see a Labbit where like they take a drag of the cigarette, or they like blow an O, or like I don't know, something with the cigarette being animated, even if there was just like smoke going up from the cigarette, I think that'd be really cool. Just like little details and stuff. He did clarify that breeding, I think, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if this is 100% true, but he suggested that breeding would result in Littens. I forgot to ask, or didn't really get the chance to ask, if those would be like maturing. So if you like breed a Litten, if there's a certain amount of time before it turns into a Labbit or something like that, we don't know. But yeah, here's some Littens, which are like the babies of the Labbits. We need to ask him about we need to ask about the Bible too.
Oh
Because
yeah.
I'm sure he'll drop that in book format on Veve at some point, and that'll be another really cool thing in addition to the Lavets. But yeah, I mean, he just seems so open to everything. It's so nice to hear. I think he mentioned wanting to do one of ones. I don't know how difficult that would be. We'll also touch on some stuff related to that in the next video. But I think that's the majority of what he talked about. We will be talking about some other stuff in the next video for this. But yeah,
So
I mean,
it's so sweet that he just comes on and like just randomly just starts talking about
yeah,
like all this stuff. Like that wasn't even like planned, at least not like that we know of.
yeah. And it's also, I mean, a lot of the Veve team and Kozik himself, it's nice. It's really nice of them, because when I go in these spaces, people will be kind of not even asking questions or just getting up on the stage to like talk to that person, and the fact that they'll humor them and talk to them and kind of, yeah, I don't know, because I feel like a lot of people would be like, I'm too busy for this, like, you know, move on, wouldn't take the time to like hear people out. So it's nice that that's an option in the community.
Yeah. All right. I think that wraps up for the video. If you guys want to stay tuned for the next video, we're going to be talking about our first Veve utility pretty much ever come into like any of the collectibles. So super sweet. Thank you, Kozik. Like great AMA.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. If you guys like the video, drop a like, subscribe if you want to see more, hit the little bell icon next to the subscribe button if you want to be notified whenever we post. This is Veve
We'll
Vision,
see you.
and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Let's go. Homies, let's go. Let's go, homies. Let's go.